Welcome back to the channel, guys. Figured I'd do an update on the CRX, the last update. I know it's been a little bit. I got it all finished, and I figured I'd do a walk around, do a test drive, and that's pretty much it. That'll wrap this car up. There she is, guys, all done. Still not looking too bad after sitting for 14 years, being neglected. Pretty much left for the crusher or a part out. If it was rustier, I would have parted it out, but it's actually pretty solid. You know, besides the rust there, and it's just starting there on the quarter. And then on this side, just the back a little bit. And then each corner, kind of see it through there, each corner, back corner of the rocker on both sides. But other than that, the rocker all the way up is solid. This one's a little bit better. Easily, you can get a hold of that with a little bit of time. I do not have the time to finish it. So I pretty much got it 80% done. You can drive it the way it is, enjoy it, or, you know, dump another, I don't know how much body work and stuff costs. You have a body, you can save some money that way, but probably another 8-10 grand dump into it by the time you do all the body work, fix all the little dents and everything. Got the original SI wheels, they're all redone. I repainted them, sandblasted them, repainted, OEM Honda Silver. So I did a clear coat on the original paint. I pretty much washed it with a SOS pad and a fine Scotch-Brite to prep it, clean it all off, and then I put just a clear coat on it. This stuff worked pretty good. So it's Vice Grip Garages, wipe on clear coat, gloss finish. This is like a permanent finish. You mix these two together, you wipe it on, which is what I did. You can see the hood is not as shiny in some spots. You probably wet sand at that. You probably could bring it out really well. The hood is the worst, and the top of the fenders, this fender mainly. I didn't really think about it when I did it, or if anybody's ever gonna use that stuff. If you ever have a real rough textured paint, I advise you to like wet sand that first, or just sand it in general. Try not to go past the color, but if you can get that smoothed out, it really probably would have helped the finish. This whole car has one coat on it of that stuff. The top of the bumpers has 2 coats, and the hood actually has 3. And the hood's pretty good. Like I said, if I would take my time and wet sand that and probably buff it, probably come up pretty good. But that's for the next person to do. I mean, for what it was, it had no shine at all. I mean, it looks really well. That stuff right there cost 150 bucks, and I still have some left. So I highly recommend it, especially if you don't have a paint booth, or you don't have a spray gun, or you just don't feel like spraying it and doing all that taping off. It's worth it. All I did was tape off the edges around the head, tail lights, the headlights, windows. That was it, and then you just wipe it on. It goes on really nice. So, new exhaust, new lower control arms, got all new brakes on it. Here's the inside. I got the seats reupholstered. I found OEM Honda SI seat covers that weren't ripped. So I took it to my upholstery guy. He reworked the foam on them and rewrapped them in that. I cleaned up the original floor mats, cleaned the whole interior. It's a shame about that door panel, but it is what it is. Dash cleaned up real good. I got a Sony radio in it. I just got to mount it. It's just sitting in there. I wired it up. Show you this side. This floor mat over here is like perfect. Besides all the tools that are on it. You can see that one's just Really good shape for original. The seat, the only blemish is here. Kind of like probably from a cigarette, it just like burned the felt off, but it didn't go all the way through. But, you know, originally they're always ripped here or ripped here. None of that. Really good shape. Tinted Lexan YNS kit, Lexan plug for the roof because that was all rotted out. Trying to find one that's not rotted. Hard. There's the back. So this door panel's literally perfect. One little spot there starting, but really good shape. Outside's really good. That mirror's got a crack in it, but for the most part, it's okay. So I don't even think in the last video there were hatches on, but I got this hatch on it. I got new gas struts for this. It was working, but it got cold out, and now it doesn't want to stay up. There's the back. Try to do this. I put a hinge on this, so this works now because they're known to break. You can see the new hinge right there. So I gotta put the rest of the stuff in the trunk. So now I'll show you under the hood. I also got a new hood release cable I gotta put in. It worked like 3 times, then the cable broke. There's the engine. I will hold this up for you. Okay. She is. I repainted the valve cover, sandblasted that, repainted it, the OEM color, cleared it, timing belt, tensioner, new battery, new distributor as you saw in the other videos, new spark plugs. Just pretty much went over everything. Degreased, power washed the whole engine bay. You know, good to go. Gonna be a real good candidate for a case swap, or if somebody just wants to drive it the way it is. You know, just enjoy a piece of history, really. They didn't make these cars that long. So I hope the next person enjoys it. So I will take a test drive in it with you guys so you guys see how it drives, and that'll be it for this one. On to the next build. It's lowered, new coilovers. So it's I mean, it can go lower, but it's already tucking those tires a little bit. So I'll just leave it at that. Next person can adjust the height they want. I like it where it sits. It looks nice. Doesn't have big fender gaps. All right, guys, in-car view now, driving it for the first time. Well, it's like the second time. I took it for the exhaust, but first time videoing it. Exhaust is a little raspy. It needs a better resonator. But that's for the next person to decide. The car is for sale, so they can decide what they want. But for sitting for 14 years and actually being driven now, it does pretty well. not used to a single cam. It doesn't have the bottom end like a dual overhead cam like a B series would. But it's a light car, so it makes up for it. But it rides real nice, new coilovers. I can recommend anything when you do coilovers on a car, just buy something half decent. Don't buy the cheapest stuff on eBay. You're just not going to be satisfied. These weren't even the most expensive, but they're middle of the road and rides nice. So, that's about it. I don't want to bore you guys. But it runs good. It's out driving, not overheating. Back on the road instead of going to the scrapyard. That's gonna do it for this one. They said it'll be up for sale. If anybody's interested, you know how to get a hold of me.
You